What is good, guys? Welcome to another video. So today we're talking about nutrition and calories and what helped me gain sort of 30 kilos or 35 kilos over the past sort of year, 18 months. Got me from skinny to a little bit bigger where I am now. First of all, we've got calories. So what you need to do is work out what your bulking calories are going to be. The way I done it was use the IFYM calculator, which I've linked down below. Use that, type in all the details, and that will give you your maintenance. That's the amount of calories you need per day laying in bed. That's what your body needs to survive each day. What you need to do with that number is add 500 calories. That's what I done for myself. That's what I found worked best for me. As my bulk progressed, I added more and more calories, and I was eating 1,000 calories more or 1,500 calories more than my maintenance. But for this video, we're going to start with 500 calories. So here is my little bit of artwork. As you can see, this is the macros and this is the pie chart. Today, we're going to go off of 4,000 calories. So for instance, if your maintenance was 3,500, add 500 and that would be 4,000. When I started my bulk, this is what I sort of midway through my bulk actually, I was hitting about 4,000 calories. What we've got is 50% carbs, 30% protein, and 20% is going to be from our fats. So the way you work that out is take your 4,000 calories, you times that by 0.5, and that will give you the amount of calories that are going to come from your carbohydrates. Hopefully you can see that. Yep. So that's going to give you the amount of calories you need from your carb. Looking down here, divide that by 4 because there's 4 calories to 1 gram of carbohydrates. Divide it by 4 and that gives you 500 grams per day you're going to hit from carbohydrates, from your rice, your pasta, whatever it may be. Secondly, very, very important, we've got protein. 30% of your daily calories is going to come from your protein sources. Looking down here, you're going to take 4,000, times it by 0.3 to find 30%. Divide that by 4 because for every 1 gram of protein there's 4 calories, and that's going to give you 300 grams per day. Last but not least, you've got fats. Fats, we're going to keep it nice and small. We've got 20%, 4,000 times by 0.2 will give you the amount of calories, and there's 9 calories to 1 gram of fats. So having a look on here, divide that and it gives you 88 grams of fat. Now these are the macros I first went off when I started bulking. It's nice and easy to work out once you get your head around it. So take your time, make sure you do it properly so you don't go into a dirty bulk or anything like that. Add 300, see the progress, then go to 500, then maybe up it from there. But take it really, really easy. If you feel like you're bulking up too much, you're putting on too much weight too quickly, then you know that's going to be fat more than muscle. Yeah, you want to stay away from that. You don't want to get too chubby. So on the screen here, you've got your proteins, you've got your fats, and then you've got your carbs. You can see the calories, and obviously you can see exactly what we're going to hit each and every day. So section number 2, we're moving on. We're now talking about the actual foods I ate and sort of how much it cost me and things like that. Now, for myself, when I first started bulking, I was still a student, so I'm not on a great deal of money at all. Had to keep it quite limited. Per week, it cost me about £40, maybe a little bit less, not including supplements. I mean, if you can afford that, that's brilliant. If it's too much, you can obviously just substitute some things for other things, which are a little bit cheaper. So we're going to start with our protein sources. For me, the main one is chicken. Chicken is the best one purely because it's very, very lean and very, very high in protein. It's reasonably cheap as well. And if you buy it in bulk, it's going to be even cheaper, which is what I used to do. Other protein sources would be you got your beef, like your steak, and your mince, which is usually quite lean. Make sure you get the 5% mince as well, otherwise the fat is just through the roof. Other things as well, which taste quite nice. They're a little bit expensive, but Heck chicken sausages, they're very, very good. Minimal fat and high in protein as well, and they're really good just to snack on also. Other fishes I used to have, you've got stuff like tuna, you've got your salmon and things like that as well. So don't be afraid to try play around with it, but just obviously keep an eye on that fat to protein ratio. Other protein sources you've got as well, you've got stuff like beans. Beans are very, very good for you. You've got your kidney beans, which are reasonably high in protein for what they are. Also, you've got your nuts, which again, you've got your healthy fats in there as well. Personally, for myself, I've found that Greek yogurts are really, really good. I shop at Lidl's mainly just because obviously it's reasonably cheap. I'll put a picture of it up here. It's this strawberry one, 350 grams in a pot. It's only £1. I think you get about 35 grams of protein, so you can eat it nice and quickly at work, school, wherever it may be. Get the protein in, it's fat free, and the carbs, I think about 10 grams of carbs, so not much at all. I'll talk about supplements a little bit later on, but the mass gain I used to use was about 60 grams of protein per 2 scoops, which is quite good as well. It's by Reflex, called Heavyweight Mass, something like that, and I'll show you later on in the video. So that's pretty much it for protein. I mean, I keep it quite simple, but chicken is sort of my base, and if I want to venture out, I'll go, like I said, beef, or maybe even like turkey mince, something like that, but chicken is always my base. It's easy, you can fry it, it's really, really quick. Right, now we've got carbohydrates. These are the ones which people find hard to pack into their diet, and when I first started bulking, I did as well. So you got pasta, you got your rice, and you got your potatoes. They're sort of your base. Personally, for myself, I stick to the rice. It's quite easy to cook, but you've got to find the right rice. The one I found is from Lidl's again. It's by Golden Sun. Per 100 grams, you get 83 grams of carbohydrates. So when you're trying to hit that 600 or 700 grams of carbs per day, which is a lot, it's really going to help you. It's not a lot of volume volume for the amount of carbs you're getting. Whereas if you go to Sainsbury's, where I used to get my rice from, you're eating sort of 100 grams, it's got 20 grams of carbs, so you have to pack it in, and that's when you start force feeding yourself, and it's absolutely horrible. Pasta, I don't eat it too much personally, just because I'd rather eat my rice. It's quite hard to find a pasta which has got high carbs per 100 grams, usually sort of 20 to 30 grams. So maybe sort of 1 or 2 meals a day you could have pasta, but I would personally stick to my rice. The last one again is sweet potatoes, and you've got your normal white potatoes. They're roughly sort of 20 grams per 100 grams, 20 grams of carbs per 100 grams of potato. So again, you have to eat quite a lot to get the nutrients in. Right, finally, I know the video is getting quite long now, but you'll be fine. We're talking about fat. Fats are very, very important, but it's very important you get them from the right sources. So what do I mean by that? You need to be getting them from your nuts, your avocados, your healthy fats, everything like that. Healthy fats can come from your fish. You'll find that your fats will start to tot up over the day the more you eat. So obviously it's got some fats in your carbs and in your meats. So keep an eye on it. If you track it, your fats will start to tot up. So if you need to crank them up to the next level, like I said, you've got avocados, which are really, really nice. You can have them on pretty much anything, in your salads or even in your veg in your meals. Also, you've got your nuts. Personally, I'm allergic to nuts, so I don't eat them at all. If you wanted to, you can snack them throughout the day just to top up those calories. Last but not least, we're talking about vegetables. I have vegetables with every single meal, so should you guys, because it's very, very important you get those micronutrients in to help obviously absorb the protein and all the other good things they do. So stick to your green vegetables is my tip. Stuff like your broccoli, asparagus, green beans, even your peas, stuff like that. Make sure you're getting them in. If you're wanting to get them a little bit cheaper, frozen broccoli was what I was doing. A couple of minutes in the microwave with a little bit of water in there. I think it's like £1 a bag, and the bag used to last me like 3 or 4 days. So it isn't going to cost you a great deal. Yeah, I don't even track them just because they are empty calories. They're not going to help you in the gym. They're not going to give you any energy at all. You're just absorbing those micronutrients. But I wouldn't overcomplicate things too much. Keep it simple. Stick to this. Work it to your macros, and it should help you guys get to that next level when you're bulking. Awesome. So it's a very, very long video. I know it is, but you're doing well to stick with me because it's quite boring. However, we're talking about supplements now. Another question I get asked all the time is supplements this, supplements that. Mass gainer shakes are an absolute must. The best one I've found is Reflex Nutrition, Heavyweight Mass. I have vanilla flavor. Per 2 scoops, don't get me wrong, they are quite big scoops, but per 2 scoops, you get, I think it's 250 grams of carbohydrates, 60 grams of protein, and something quite minimal fat, maybe like 3 or 4 grams, nothing much at all. I think it's about £35 for a 4 kilo bag, I want to say. But I'll pop it up on the screen here so you guys can have a look. And a link to Dolphin Fitness's website where I used to get it from down below as well. Now what I'm going to do is go all Rich Piana on you. You got to eat big to get big. Now if you're not gaining size and you think, oh man, I'm eating too many calories now, do you know what I mean? I'm eating 3,500 calories. It's just too much. I can't eat the food. You just got to sit back and you got to think how bad you actually want to get big. And it sounds a little bit sort of, you know, cliche with all the bodybuilding stuff, but it is very, very true. You know, if you're getting to the point where you physically can't eat any more meals and you're not putting on any more size, you've got to find a way to get those calories in. It's not a case of being consistent if you're not eating the right amount of food. If you're struggling to eat the amount of food, what I would do is I would wake up earlier, have a meal as soon as I wake up, and then obviously you can get extra meals in before you go to bed. Just find really calorie dense foods. So for breakfast, I'd usually have like the Sainsbury's muffins, eggs, and stuff like that on top. So the other supplements that I take when I was bulking, the main one is obviously your protein, which I talked about, my mass gainer shake. Secondly is my BCAAs. I use BPI Sports Rainbow Ice Flavor Best BCAAs, which will be linked down below, and you can use my code EPF40 for 40% off. Thirdly is creatine monohydrate. I use the micronized one, so that is the one where it will dissolve completely into water, so you get that gritty feeling in your mouth when you're drinking it. The best one I found is Optimally Nutrition's one. It's a little bit more expensive, but you definitely get what you pay for. Again, I'll be linked down below. Your creatine is going to help you produce, well, it gives you more ATP, which your muscles use to produce energy, more power, and you will actually see results in the gym. Your strength will definitely go up by using creatine. But yeah, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it didn't ramble too much. If you have any questions whatsoever, direct message me on Instagram. It's EPFitness7, a link down below. Also, just comment down below on this video and I'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I know it's a long one, but you've done well. I hope it helps you get to the next level. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.